Today, we finished up all the anime for the summer 2023 anime season, except for a few that are like still ongoing. Like there's 15 episodes for Spellblade, so that doesn't really count, but whatever. There's a couple, but we're gonna rank all the anime from summer 2023. Logo review. But before we do, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, maybe subscribe to the channel, because most of you are not subscribed. And listen, you're not gonna agree with everything that I say here today, okay? I am my own person, you're your own person. You gotta understand, what I say doesn't really matter. I'm just a guy that makes videos about anime, mostly reactions. And at the end of the day, if it affects how you feel about it, cool. And if not, that's okay too. This is what I think about this summer 2023 anime season, and your opinion can be different. If you want to check out my full-length reactions for the anime that I did watch in this season, you can check out our Patreon. Link to that is down in the description. And there are some anime that are not done. Spellblade's not done. Still a few more episodes of that. Zom 100, probably never gonna finish, I guess. JJK's ongoing, Helk's ongoing, Dark Gathering's ongoing. So some stuff isn't done, and that's okay. I will judge them based on where they are now, okay? Not based on where they'll end up, based on where they are now, okay? So anyways, all right, so we'll start off with, am I actually the strongest? I'm gonna breeze through most of this because let's be real, it's, you know, I don't really need to, I'll kind of give my thoughts on everything. Am I actually the strongest? Was pretty generic, you know? It was pretty mid. And oh, let me break this down to you. So this is the way that I see the S, A, B, C, D shit, right? S, that's like the 9s and the 10s, okay? A's are like my 8 out of 10s. B's are like the 7 out of 10s. C's are the 6s, and D is basically anything underneath a 6 out of 10. All right, now why am I putting the 9s and the 10s all together? Because that's just what I'm gonna do. I don't know. That's the way I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I could go like 10s for S, 9s for A, B is an 8. C is a set, you know, like I could do it that way, but I think I like it this way. I think I like it as 9s and 10s as an S. That's generally the way that I do it, okay? So, am I actually the strongest? Is actually one of the most mid anime. I probably gave it like a 5. I did not think it was very good. I think it hit on the same generic tropes we always see. There are some things it does that are like palatable. There are some things it does that are stupid, like the fact that he brought the internet over from like the actual world into this world, and like, there's a bunch of dumb shit, you know? I don't know. And a lot of like predictable things. The Demon Lord, the fact that he's just actually the fucking strongest, of course. Like, am I actually the strongest? Like, yeah, dude, you fucking are, man. It's a very mid-ass anime, nothing spectacular. And he almost got fucking craped as a baby, okay? As a baby in the first episode. It's weird. All right, I do need to add one more tier actually. For the anime that I skipped this, didn't watch it. Skipped that, didn't watch it. Skipped that, didn't watch it. And this I skipped. This I skipped. This I didn't. Skipped, and we're good. Okay, cool. So I skipped a lot of anime, basically. Like, right? I did like half of what's listed here. Next up, Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War Part 2, which honestly, it had cool moments, but I think I might like Part 1 better than Part 2. A lot more big reveals in Part 1 than we got in Part 2. And if I had to put it somewhere, I'm still gonna put it S tier, but it's more of like a 9, and I think I gave Part 1 a 9 as well. But I feel like Part 1 is closer to a 10 than Part 2 was. I'm gonna give it an S tier though, man. Bleach is fire. When you want action, I don't know if there are many series that you can watch better than it. You know, it's just action, dude. It's just a bunch of action. Now, we still have like 3 or 4 more episodes left of Blue Orchestra, but I've watched at least like 21 episodes now, and I think it's pretty solid, man. The one thing that hinders this series immensely is watching them play the instruments in that like weird CG is just like almost unbearable at times. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. I think that the story's actually pretty nice. Some of the plot twists, unexpected, and overall, it's enjoyable. I like the music. I mean, do I like listening to them practice the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? No, but they're practicing for an actual performance, so I get it, you know? I imagine they won't perform the same song over and over and over and over and over again. It'll just be practicing for the performance. And I'd say that it is probably like a solid, like a low B. Low B, high C. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Man, if they just didn't do that ugly ass CG animation, it would be really fucking good. Next up, we've got Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't need to say much. That's probably one of the closest things to anime of the season for me. Bungo Stray Dogs was hype all the way through. Wasn't a big fan of season 1 of Bungo, but season 2 was better. Season 3 was better than that. But ever since season 4, man, Bungo Stray Dogs has been at its peak. Season 4, season 5 have been amazing. So there's not a ton I can say bad. Actually, I don't know if there's anything I can say that's bad about Bungo Stray Dogs. And the only thing I can do is just dick ride it. It's a good fucking series. It's just really good, man. So we're gonna put that S tier. Next up, we've got Dark Gathering, which is actually really fucking creepy. It's just really creepy. I'm gonna put it in the A tiers. Dark Gathering, creepiest anime of the season. Even the characters that are oftentimes not creepy are creepy. They're just everything's creepy. It's all dealing with curses and trying to capture those to feed other curses, to make more powerful curses, so that way they can eventually take down some really powerful curses. But in the meantime, you're just seeing creepy curses, creepy people, and creepy moments, gory moments, and low-key, like, kind of terrifying shit. But it's good. It's a genuinely good series. I like it. Eiko is extremely creepy. I don't know if we necessarily call her yandere, but she's definitely something. Kudere, well, I don't even know what all the deres are, but she's creepy, man. She's creepy. I like it. It's probably the creepiest anime that I've ever seen. Maybe. My memory's not great, so I might have seen something creepier, but it is definitely really creepy. And I guess since we did technically watch this OVA special for Strange Fake during the fall season, I'll put it up here, and I will only judge it based as like an OVA instead of judging it like it's a whole series, which would be totally unfair. I'm gonna judge it like it's an OVA, because as a whole series, nothing, like, there was no major story. It's basically like it was very much like a prologue or a just a first episode. It introduced everything but didn't wrap up anything. It didn't progress further into anything. It just made a lot of introductions. And for a first episode, it was really fucking great, man. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. I don't know how the actual season will be when we get Strange Fake. Maybe it's gonna be worse. Maybe it's gonna be just as good. Maybe it's gonna be better. But I think that for a first episode, I mean, it was kind of like a double episode. It's gotta be an A tier, man. That was really cool. And I don't have a lot of fate to go off of. I've got Zero, I've got Unlimited Blade Works, and I've got Heaven's Feel. That's it. But it was really sick. Next up, we've got Horimiya Missing Pieces. And it really was the missing pieces, man. I feel like if Horimiya was 24 episodes, 25, 26 episodes, instead of just the 13 that we got, it would have been even better than what it was. And what it was a really fucking good rom-com. There are a lot of good comedy moments in this like Missing Pieces series. And I would just love for it to have been one season. But I mean, I guess this era is over, right? The age of Horimiya is gone. Quickly came and went in 2 years. But yeah, I liked it. I really, really liked it. And I'm also gonna give that an A tier. Also gonna give it an A tier. Next up, we've got JJK. JJK's second season, mostly hidden inventory in the start of Shibuya. Man, Shibuya's about to pop off. Hidden inventory was done really well. Phenomenal animation throughout. It really gives you a glimpse at Gojo's mindset. It gives you an idea of like how his past has affected him to get to where he is now, and like the way that he acts, why he acts this way, how he got so powerful, the oppositions, why he's kind of close to Megumi. There's a bunch of things that it really introduced to us. And S tier, bro. What can I say, dude? That's fucking great, man. JJK is always great. JJK is one of my favorite shonen series, so I mean, of course I'm gonna put in S here. Next up, we've got the level 1 Demon Lord and the One Room Hero, which I thought was a lot of fun, very funny. It kind of reminded me of Handyman Saito a little bit, just by the style of it. That makes sense. We also may or may not have seen a few things.
I'm just reading subtitles.
That were pretty great. Xenia, Mainly. I'm gonna give it a B tier, man. B tier, I thought it was really funny. Really fun. Next up, we've got Liar Liar. And boy, did everyone in my chat liar to me when they said this shit was gonna be good, because it was not. That was probably the worst anime I watched this season. Genuinely not good. I didn't like anything about it. I thought the game was fucking stupid. I thought all the games that they went through, I went into it thinking, okay, so we could maybe get another one of these these high stakes game anime, right? We have them all over the place. High stakes game anime. Fucking No Game No Life, Kaiji, I think is what it's called. I've never seen it. Alice in Borderland. What's the one? Kake Kurugudui. That one, you know? Tomodachi Game. It was by far the worst out of everything that I just mentioned. Easily. It was not good. It was not great. I did not like it. D tier. Probably the worst anime that I watched this season. Next up, we've got Masamune-kun. Masamune-kun's Revenge. Season 2 really rounded out season 1's, like everything that we got there. Like it felt like it really did complete it. They teased us and made us believe, oh, maybe it won't end the way that everyone thinks it will end. And then it ended the way everyone thinks it would end. Which kind of upsetting that it just went the way everyone thought it would go, right? It's a little disappointing. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's just I just had higher hopes for it, and those hopes were crushed, I guess. It's kind of unfortunate. I thought you gave this a 7. Yeah, but like I said, everything's kind of fluid. Next up, we've got the Misfit of Demon King Academy. I actually skipped that. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the fucking. Is there a special place in hell for this? I didn't watch that shit. Fuck that, dude. Listen, I watched the show. I watched half of the show before it went on hiatus, and everyone, I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Everyone was basically saying, Joe, you're dumb for not realizing it. And then I basically just started saying, hey guys, I'm too dumb for this anime, so I just stopped watching it. I don't care about it. It just didn't appeal to me. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Misfit of Demon King Academy. I'm not smart enough for it, guys. I'm just not. I missed everything that was supposed to happen. I didn't understand what was going on. Too dumb for it. But next up was probably my favorite anime of the season. Maybe. Mushoku Tensei. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, at least this first part of it, was kind of gave me a season 2 of Vinland Saga vibe, where a lot of it was just the main character trying to find himself again, you know? Trying to overcome the trauma of season 1. Kind of similar, but also very different, because one's trying to, no longer kill people, while the other one's trying to fuck. So it's a little different. We're gonna get more crazy shit. Everyone keeps telling me. Second part of season 2 is gonna be wild. There's gonna be more action. There's gonna be more stuff that's not just character development, but I like the character development of it. I thought it was really good. I think that it's probably my second favorite part of the anime thus far. I think I liked season 1 part 2, and then season 2 part 1, and then season 1 part 1 in that order. But none of them were bad. That's just the order I preferred them. None of them bad though. It's like saying, oh yeah, well, we're comparing these 3 10 out of 10s. Which one's better? I mean, they're all 10 out of 10s, you know? I don't know. Next up, we've got My Happy Marriage. And My Happy Marriage didn't really, I don't know, I feel like there wasn't a lot of the couple together. It was a lot of Mio working through her shit, because she has a lot of problems that stem from a lot of fucking assholes in her life. In the end, everything kind of works out, which is nice. But there's still more assholes out there. Yeah, not really a lot of happiness. My Happy Marriage dropped off a cliff after episode 6. No, you just no longer had a rage boner. That's all it is. I thought it was still fucking great all throughout. It just was no longer being mad at Kaya or whatever. That's all. That's the only difference. Everybody just stopped being mad at Kaya because she finally left. And when Kaya left and people didn't have to be angry anymore, they kind of dropped the series, but I think that's whack. I thought it was good. So I'm gonna give it an A tier. I want to put it at the top of the A's if I can. There we go. A tier. Loved it. Next up is My Tiny Senpai, which was literally like a middle, it was very much like the middle school, high school romance, even though they're supposed to be adults, and nothing really happened. In fact, they became friends. That's what happened. C tier. Next up, we've got the 2 OVAs for quintessential quintuplets. Judging them as OVAs, like a post-story OVA, they're pretty good. They're enjoyable. Little fan service moments, you know? Bathing suits, that's kind of cool. We like that. Where am I gonna rank it? That's a good question. I'd say that it is probably a B tier. B tier. OVAs. It wasn't like, this was an OVA as well, but this was like introduction of everything. It was like basically a first episode, where this is kind of like those like standard OVAs where it's just like, yeah, we had a little extra stuff that we wanted to slap into a series. Yeah, it was good though. Next up, we've got Vending Machine. Now, Vending Machine was probably my biggest surprise of the season because I only had low expectations for it. There are some series that were also surprising because I didn't have any like expectations at all, and then they were just really great. But Vending Machine, I genuinely thought was going to be bad, and it was good. I liked it. I'm gonna put it at the top of the B's. It was way better than I ever thought it could have been, to the point where I want a season 2. And I thought that it was gonna be a joke. I thought we were all gonna laugh at it. I thought it was gonna be stupid, and it just wasn't. So, really surprising. I mean, it was probably one of the better isekai of the season if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, like one of the best isekai exists during that season. It's kind of tough. Like, you can't really, like, you're gonna compare it to Mushoku Tensei? Like, it's not gonna happen. So, yeah, it was really good. I liked it. Next up, we've got 7 Spellblades. Reign of the 7 Spellblades. Insane episode 6. And I'm sure it's gonna end insane, but where we are now, there's a lot of like building up, and I don't know, I just don't really love it. Building up to episode 6, I didn't really love it. Like, I liked it. I thought it was solid. I thought it was like a nice 7. Episode 6 happened. I was like, oh, this shit's like an 8.5. This shit's about to get wild. And then it went back down to a 7. Like, nothing's really happened since then. I'm gonna probably put it at the top of the B's, but it just hasn't really been super impactful. The main character is literally a psychopath. Literally. He fucking, like, not only killed somebody, but he did it in like a sadistic, I want to see you suffer type of way. And if he's able to separate that he did from the way that he is with everyone else, he's a fucking psychopath. If he's not able to do it, he's a psychopath. He did it. He did the thing. It's like, it's fucked up. The man's fucking crazy. And yet he cares all about his friends. He loves his friends. Like, there is some evil in him. I would like to see that explored a little more. I don't know. It was still good though. That's why I put a B tier. Still good. You don't think the main point of the series was supposed to be revenge? What the fuck is the main point of 7 Spellblades? Friends. And exploring the dungeon. But then this is not even deserving of B tier. I don't know. I've seen so many better friendship and exploring the dungeon stories than this one. I feel like the revenge is the main plot. And regardless, he still did, like a psychopath, kill this fucking man and watch him suffer. In fact, that's what he enjoyed out of it. He enjoyed watching him suffer. Psycho. Him killing someone not being an often thing, it doesn't really matter. Like, what my issue is like, he is so compartmentalized. The fact that he can have a part of his brain that thinks the way it does towards revenge, and then has a part of his brain that thinks the way it does towards his friends, eventually, the two must cross, and shit has to go bad, right? That's the way I see it. When that happens, that'll be really interesting. Until then, it's just like, okay, your friendship, then I'm gonna kill this guy or girl. I don't know. Next up, we've got the best season of Rent a Girlfriend thus far, and it's still a fucking C tier. Because even if it was the best season thus far, I cannot stand Kazuya. I don't think there's ever anything that he does. He had one good moment in the final episode of the entire series. I just don't like it. I just don't like Rent a Girlfriend, but for some reason I cannot look away from it. I can't help but watch this trash. It is a train wreck, and I constantly watch it, and I don't understand why. It should be Sumi. It should be Sumi. I don't know why anyone else is here. I hate Ruka. Mommy just, like, don't even get me started. Like, she's just she's literally the devil. I don't know. Another C tier anime. Next up, we've got Rurouni Kenshin. This is the new, like, kind of revamped version of it, and I like it. It's actually really good. It's not got into like the best parts, is what everyone says. It just hasn't hit the best parts of it, right? And I look at Kenshin, the beginning was rough, bro. The first like 5-6 episodes, something like that, was like, damn, bro, this is just like a solid 6 out of 10. But as it has been steadily getting better, I'm gonna put this Rurouni Kenshin for where we are now, B tier. I'm put it at the top of the Bs. All right, you might not like it, but that's okay. Again, this is my list. I do believe that Rurouni Kenshin will jump into the A, if not the S. It's hard for me to like put that much on it to think that it'll reach an S tier, but I could totally see it getting up to an A once more shit happens. It's just, shit's not really happening. Next up, we've got Saint Cecilia, which I watched half a season of before I dropped it. And honestly, it's probably better than the 2 D tiers. I didn't finish it because I don't have time for it. I didn't really like it. It was too slice of life for me. Like, if you're gonna give me romance, give me romance. Don't give me this slice of life shit. And maybe the slice of life was coming. Maybe it was right around the corner. Fuck that. Why has it gotta be right around the corner? I just wasn't too big of a fan of it. I'm gonna put it in the C tier at the very bottom. Could I put it in the D tier? Yeah, I didn't really like it. Just wasn't my type of anime. Next up, we've got The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, which I thought was fucking cute, okay? I thought it was really cute. I liked it. Other people didn't, and I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I thought it was cute, man. I thought it was really cute. I thought the voicing and stuff is adorable. They're awkward. They're middle schoolers. They're awkward, right? The entire time was a little fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that she never knew, she could never find her glasses, a little annoying. I feel like there should have been some moments where she did have glasses, or there could have been something, but then again, it's part of it, right? I feel like my biggest issue with it was like the first half of the series. It was just the bit of her not having glasses, but the bit wasn't like focused around something, you know? It was kind of like a repeat. It was just like, oh yep, didn't have her glasses for school. Now we're getting to know the main guy. Whereas like from episode, I wanna say 6 onward, it was, I forgot my glasses and there's this thing happening, you know? The Valentine's Day, or, you know, like Christmas or whatever, something is occurring. There's some sort of event. I don't have my glasses, whatever. And it got cuter. They had like low-key, almost a confession moment. It was pretty good. I liked it. B tier. Next up, we've got Zom 100. Zom 100 was pretty freaking nice. I really liked it. I think that they did a good job. I mean, it delayed a lot. There were a lot of delays, you know? That was kind of unfortunate. I didn't like it delaying all the time, but I thought it was still good. Put it in A tier. Put it right here. A tier. Could it have been an S tier? I don't think I would have ever put it as an S tier, but over the course of the season, it just got better and better. Actually, fuck that. I'm putting it at the bottom of A tier now that I think about it. It's like a borderline A-B. So here's my issue. I like the fun concept of it being the bucket list of the dead, right? I think that that's great. I like all the shit that he could get up to with his group and everything, right? They could do so much. I like the characters that we get introduced to. I like the different things that the situations they get involved in. We're missing at least 3 episodes, and it feels so like unconcluded, inconclusive, whatever word I'm trying to use. It just didn't feel like a completed anime, which is fair because it didn't complete. And I thought that like a lot of it was fun, sure, but like what's a real story here? In fact, the final fucking episode we got introduced a bigger element that I thought might have made it much better. In fact, we're gonna bring this down to a B tier. We're bringing Zom down to a B tier. If it finished, I imagine these next 3 episodes, 10, 11, 12, would have been introducing an element that would have been really fucking great and would have made it an A tier. That's how I feel. I gave it a 7, I'm pretty sure. And maybe when those next 3-4 episodes happen, I will revisit my thoughts on it and give it an 8, and then it would be considered an A tier. But they just introduced the elements of something interesting with this, like, this fucking basically an evil bucket list of the dead. It's a whole fucking arc we don't get, and it just kind of sucks. So I'm putting it in B tier. Could have been better if it actually finished. Now we're moving on to a couple more S's because both of the next anime are S tiers. Link Click, probably my anime of the season. It's tough. It's hard for me to choose out of these 3 for anime of the season. Even JJK we could put in it. I think that Bleach is a comfortable 5th when it's all said and done. And I think that it's tough between these 4, you know? It's tough. I thought they were all great. Link Click phenomenal, continuing everything from season 1 into season 2, just really opening things up. And now I feel like there's even more that they just dropped more shit on us. With the way that it ended, they dropped some crazy shit. Why is a non-anime in the list? Okay, stop. We're not doing that. Link Click is better than 90% of anime. It is better than 90% of anime. I don't care if you don't want to call it anime. It's a Chinese anime. All right. Oh, Donghua. That's what they call them, Donghua. I gotta put it in here. You're crazy if you don't think I'm putting it in here. Link Click, easily an S tier. Phenomenal. Listen, if they made it where, I don't know, if they made it where the two pink hairs like kind of flirted with each other, it would be an anime, right? Am I wrong? If they did that, or if Shang Xiaoxi, who kind of grew up a little bit with Xiaoling, what's her name? I don't even remember, the girl, right? They kind of grew up together a little bit. If they loved one another or something, but they were kind of timid to talk about it, then it would be an anime. That's about all that's missing for making it an anime. Am I wrong? Oh, and then also it being in Japanese. That's it. I don't know. Better than 90% of anime. That's how I feel. I'm gonna put it in here. It is an S tier. It is up here with the rest of the S tiers. Phenomenal. And the best new anime of the season was Undead Murder Farce. It's a mystery series, supernatural creatures, abilities, and dope animation, great direction. What can I say? It's just good. Just a good fucking series. If you're gonna ask me one anime that's new that I would recommend, it's that one. That's what I would say. That's the anime that I would recommend to everybody if you wanted a new one. If you don't like mysteries, you're probably not gonna like it, and that's okay. But this is how I feel. I think that this makes sense here. Link Click, Shoku Tensei, Bungo Stray Dogs, JJK, Bleach, Undead Murder Farce. That's my S tiers. A tiers, My Happy Marriage, the OVA for Strange Fake, Dark Gathering, Horimiya, or as my boy Rock Lee would say, Horiyama. B tiers, we got Zom 100, Rurouni Kenshin, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, and Reign of the Seven Spellblades, Vending Machine, the OVAs for Quintessential Quintuplets, Level 1 Demon Lord, and the One Room Hero, Blue Orchestra. C tiers, where things kind of get a little more disappointing. I'm not really disappointed in anything in the B tiers. I start to get disappointed once we get into those C tiers. Masamune-kun, just a very typical, I don't know. It wasn't a very satisfying ending to me. It was just like, okay, so everything we knew would happen, happened. Rent-A-Girlfriend, Kazuya is just like so unbearable. My Tiny Senpai, really like sad that it didn't act like grown-ups at all. Saint Cecilia, couldn't finish it, just wasn't really my type of anime. And maybe if it was my type of anime, I would put it higher in like a B or an A tier. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. But I recognized that it was better than the last two, the D tiers. Am I actually the strongest? Generic as hell, not really all that great. And Liar Liar, just not good. It's just not good. What are your thoughts? How would you have rated all the different anime this season? How would you have ranked them? And let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, then like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss another one. Until next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.